Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Batman Unlimited Batgirl. I don't know why, for some reason, we get so many Batgirls. We have now gotten, and though this appears to be a different mold of Batgirl, we seem to have gotten, I believe, about 5 different releases of Batgirl as a whole. If that's even factoring in the Cassandra Cain Batgirl, I think we've gotten about 5 different Batgirls as a whole. On the side, there's a picture of Batgirl there. That's actually a nice picture. I always think that was a nice looking picture of Batgirl. Now this comes to us from the new line of Batman Unlimited figures. Really essentially made up of, we got Batgirl, we got Batman, or actually flipped it on this side there, we've also got Penguin. I think the Penguin by far is the star of this set, that if you were to get one figure, Penguin I think is the one that you'd want to get. Now, we're not obviously reviewing Penguin this review, he's actually the one coming up after, but yeah, I already know he's the one I really want to get. The read-up says, inspired by Batman, Barbara Gordon fought Gotham City evildoers as Batgirl. But when the Joker shot her in the spine, she was confined to a wheelchair indefinitely. Determined to walk again, Barbara trained intensely and was able to resume her work as the crime-fighting Batgirl. Although her traumatic memories will not easily fade, she can once again be seen fearlessly swinging over the rooftops of Gotham City as a sign of hope and perseverance. Real name Barbara Gordon, occupation adventurer, location Gotham City, powers, abilities and skills, martial arts, photographic memory. Excuse me, photographic memory is apparently, I guess it would be an ability, but I don't know. I wouldn't put it on my resume necessarily if I was applying for a job. One of my skills was photographic memory. I don't think that really would be the thing that would put me in the running for a position over, say, somebody else. It might, I don't know. What I am going to do is take a bit of a break. Going to get this out of package. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at Batgirl. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. If only Spot was able to find all the Batgirls that he's collected over the years, starting all the way back from the DC Superheroes Batgirl up to now. Would have loved to have actually put all the figures out here. You guys could see all the ones we've gotten. Why have we gotten so many Batgirls? In fact, did we not just get a Batgirl in the previous line of Batman standalone figures? I'm trying to think here. I'm pretty sure we did. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm thinking here. Wheels are moving in my head. I'm going in my imaginary filing cabinet. I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we already got a Batgirl just recently, and yet we get ourselves another one. It's nice. It's not a bad looking figure. I'm not going to knock the figure, but really, it seems like we're getting as many Batgirls as we're getting Flash and Batmans. It's almost to be at the point of nausea, I think, at the level that we're getting these. By the way, there is one of the Batgirls that we've had in the past. This is from the DC Superheroes line. In fact, this was the one that came in the 2-pack with the Blue Cowl Batman. Initially, I thought it was actually the exact same figure in this one as what we had in the original one. And yes, you know what? I think we did get this figure because I'm pretty sure it used the exact same body in the most recent release, not counting this one here. So yeah, we've gotten about 6 Batgirls as a whole. I'm still a fan of the original. I think the original was perfectly fine. I really like the gray. I like kind of that tannish yellow going on there. And I think the face works really well. If I just zoom in here a bit, there's the faces between the two. This is the original, the very first one. This is the more recent one. It looks like she's filled out a bit, and I don't know, maybe it's just the choice of color that they've used, but it seems like it is a little chunkier of a head on the new Batgirl versus the original. But I still love the original. I think there's nothing wrong with the original at all. I'm at least happy that they've improved upon the very, very lanky, skinny arms of these original female figures. Plagued to break, these figures were. If you see as a comparison, the new Batgirl, now granted she has this additional armor and everything else on her, but you can see that her arms are definitely a lot wider, a lot thicker than that of the original arms. So that is definitely a step up. It also seems too that her arms are longer as well. As you will see that her hands are completely different from the original hands that she had. So while Spot did initially think that this was the exact same figure, it seems to me like the only thing that they have kept of this entire figure from this one to this one is actually her head. I think the head is about the only thing that is the exact same as it was before. You know what, I'm even looking at the hair. The hair looks different as well. I'm wondering if maybe they've retooled this head, because definitely she does share very similar features. This one definitely looks a little fuller though, does she not? I like the cape. I like the choice of cape. Now this cape obviously is a little more slender. It drapes much further down. The newer Batgirl from the Batman Unlimited line has a more triangular cape, and it is it's got this nice purple lining, which I think is a nice added touch. But she definitely does utilize brand new pieces. Obviously, she's got the raised bat emblem going on there as well. But you can see all the additional panel lines, all the additional ridges of the armor that she's got going on there on the inner arm. She's got it on the glove there. I like that they've given her this nice sheen, this nice black shiny paint scheme. She's also got this additional collar here that cascades down into her cape. The collar area kind of makes her look like her neck is a little too long, but it still works. I think it still works. I really like I do love this gold that they used. I think that's a really nice gold. And then she's got brand new boots going on there as well. So as much as I think we have had way too many Batgirls, I do have to commend Mattel for at least giving us a brand new sculpt. They didn't just simply take this figure and just decided to color her the exact same color scheme as the new outfit and call it a day. They did give us something a little bit different, and I think that's at least a nice welcome change. So thank you for that, at least. As to whether we really needed another Batgirl, that is debatable. I really don't think we needed another one. Yeah, okay, she's got a new outfit in the comics, but I think it's a little too soon to be giving us yet another one. We just had one, and now we got another one. Maybe a little too much, Mattel. A little too much in the Batgirl. That also, I'm going to avoid any sort of rant, because I could really feel one coming at the time that I was going to shoot this review. I kept thinking to myself, Spot, hold off on the rant, hold off on the rant. Maybe I'll do a rant as a separate video, but the fact even that we even brought Barbara Gordon out of retirement and out of a near fatal gunshot that paralyzed her, now all of a sudden she is back to fighting crime. Ugh, New 52, what are you doing? But if I overlook that aspect of it, I like this figure. She wasn't needed, but I think the fact that she is here, she's a nice figure. In the way of her articulation, Batgirl has a rotation in the head. I would suppose that they have alleviated the issue of being able for her to turn her head in the fact that they've kind of sloped this cape area here. That at least it clears at least the hair when you can move the head. So at least she's a little more capable, I guess, of turning her head than some of the other releases of Batgirl. She does have these, even though it's the new tooled body, she has the same pin and socket shoulders. The arms rotate back and forth. Excuse me, bend at the elbow. Rotation in the wrist. She doesn't seem to have an upper torso bend, but she does have a swivel in the upper torso and nothing now in the waist, which is kind of strange, but her legs go forward, back, out. Rotation in the thigh, bend at the knee. and hinged feet. Speaking of feet, she has very, very large feet. Kind of looks like she's got gold running shoes on. Still, it's a good figure. Kind of soon, I think, to be giving us yet another Batgirl, but I still think this Batgirl works, even though we don't necessarily have needed her. I'm still content sticking with the original, but I think they, as a figure, Mattel did a very good job on this. And if you want a current Batgirl, you definitely would want to get a figure like this. Maybe you don't even own the original or the subsequent re-releases of this figure, but I'm at least happy that they retooled and gave us a different body. So for that, I can't knock it. I like this figure. Even if I'm not going to put her on display as my Batgirl, I'm probably still going to put this one out more so. I'm going to give this one here an 8.5. They definitely did a really, really good job on this figure. It's really debatable, though, whether you think, well, it's entirely up to you whether you think that she is necessarily a crucial figure to get for your collection. I guess it would be depending on whether you have some of the originals. If you don't, probably would want to get her. If you have some of the other Batgirls, she probably could be something you could pass on. Today's toy spot, we're having a look at the Batman Unlimited token Batgirl. Yes, we got another one. Still like it, though. I still like it. Stay tuned, guys. Penguin's on his way. The one I'm really looking forward to getting reviewed. He's definitely around the corner. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.